Wow, it's really hot here. Hi, my name is Hannah. This is Cindy Beth Rock. We are here with Mr. Greg Cruz, Venice Street Legends. He's got some stories to share. He's going to be on Radio Venice Live. Oh, wait a minute. I've got something playing. Ah, that's hilarious. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Now, you were just telling me, my first question is, can you see?
Yes.
Okay, good. My first question is, where were you born and raised?
San Bernardino, California.
Woohoo, California! Just kidding. I mean, no, not kidding. Okay. Oh, where you were born and raised in California. Who are you and how do you fit into this world?
My name is Gregory Cruz, and I was born for music. As a matter of fact, the first lessons I ever got in my life, my mom gave me piano lessons when I was 6 years old.
Wait, sorry. I'm wondering because I think the sun might be making it too dark to see you. Okay, I'm sorry. You were born. Wait, can you start that all over again?
Yes.
Okay, go.
So I was born in San Bernardino, California, and I was born to play music. As a matter of fact, I got my first piano lessons from my mother, Mickey Cruz, and she showed me how to do the proper scale, and I fell in love with music after that.
That's amazing. Aren't you a lucky boy? Now, I also know from a previous episode of Radio Venice, the very first one you did back in October of 2015, I think it was, that you wrote a song for Willie Nelson?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you ended up getting it to Willie Nelson?
I didn't get it to him, but I remember his sons were doing shows out here, and it was an interview that I did for Venice Stories, and I wrote a song just for Willie Nelson that I thought that he might like, and I had hoped that by putting it out there, maybe somebody would have saw it and said, "Yeah, let's hear it, let's give it a try," and I might do it today on the show.
Ooh, that would be special. I was going to try to play it for you, but that's enough. Ooh, that would be really special because then we can hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would be awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You are the founder of something called Venice Street Legends. Would you like to explain what that is?
Well, after being on the beach playing many days out of the week for many years, I was able to find a bass player, upright bass player, and we were doing Johnny Cash covers at the time. We needed a name. The bass player was here since the '70s, so I thought, well, you're a legend. You're like a Venice street legend because that's all he did was play on the streets. And so I thought, oh, the Venice Street Legends, Vessel, VSL, just like kind of just gelled together. So we kept it, and it's been that way ever since.
That's beautiful. What a cool thing to start. And how many people are involved in it?
Well, there's two basically. We've had various drummers through the years, but the upright bass and the electric guitar has been the makeup pretty much of the band.
Who doesn't like the upright bass and the electric guitar?
Oh yes, and then for Johnny Cash, that would be the right instrumentation.
So, can everybody hear us? Can anybody hear us? Is anybody watching? All right. Well, anyway, we've got some more questions because you will be watching it somewhere along the way. Sorry about my hat. The sun is just so bright.
It is.
We should be sitting. Anyway, next question. Are you ready? Dun, 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 dun. How did you get so good at singing country music?
Well, I was born with this voice. And when I first started, I only did lead. I used to back up a blues singer. The band was called the Muddy Bottom Blues Boys, years before the Venice Street Legends. And I played blues lead guitar. I learned how to do it. You play every day, every day, every day. Well, he moved on to New Orleans, and I wanted to continue with my band, so I started a blues band called La Bouche. We had a three piece, but they also went on their way. So that's when the Venice Street Legends came in. And that's when I said, I'm going to do Johnny Cash because I love Johnny Cash's style, his voice. And I was able to kind of fit right in there in the same kind of timbre as he was. So I said, let's do it. And when I was 16, the first country song I learned was A Boy Named Sue. And I loved it. You know, it was a funny song, but it was just like,
how does it
go? Well, my dad left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to my mom and me, but this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. So it mentioned the guitar, which, you know, that's what I loved. My dad actually gave me a guitar when I was 16, and my grandma gave me her guitar when I was like 12. So that's when I decided to invest the time in guitar. Before that, my mom paid for trumpet lessons from Lear's Music in San Bernardino, $1.50 a day, and we went once a week, and I loved it. I didn't miss a day, and I got put in the advanced class right away. So I was inspired by music at a very young age.
A very young age indeed. 6 the piano, 12 the guitar with your grandmother. Now, did your grandmother play music?
Yes. My grandpa and her used to sing Spanish songs, amateur-wise. They weren't professionals, but we do music out of love. We don't do it because we're going to get rich or famous. That is the greatest satisfaction for doing music, the love for it, no matter what happens.
For the love of God.
Yes.
The glory of God.
Amen.
Amen. Oh, yeah, I already asked you about the Willie Nelson song. By the way, that was called Sweet as Milk and Honey.
Right.
And you want to get it to Willie Nelson. It's a beautiful song. What was the first song that you learned to play and sing?
That would be Horse with No Name.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 chords, you know, back and forth.
A D and a G. It's D,
right? Oh, you play. We're going to get you in our band.
Oh, no. Oh, yes, please. I would love to do so. No, I don't know how to play.
So it was so simple. I think I was in high school at the time. And there were many guitar players.
What high school did you go to?
San Bernardino High School. Shout out
San Bernardino.
Right. So there was many guitar players there, and I was actually in a class for summer that I took. They showed us all the chords, and I was so diligent. I was able to learn right away how to manipulate the guitar for the best sound. And I have a secret. If you really want to learn the guitar fast, learn the Hotel California in the key of A minor, because it has all the chords there. It's a popular song. Everybody knows it. And once you learn that song, you can have like about 6 chords down right away that are important for most music.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So you remember how to sing a Horse with No Name? You remember how to play it?
Yeah. I do remember.
I think that's so interesting. Who did somebody tell you to teach it or to play it to you?
I think it was popular at the time. It was so popular that, you know, and then it was easy. And I think I saw another guitarist playing it, and I decided, oh, yeah, 2 chords, you know. Well, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It's so good to be out of the rain. So, you know, and it rhymes quickly, so you can kind of memorize it. That was probably 1973.
1973.
You weren't even born then, I bet.
No, I was not. I would say I was born yesterday.
Oh, you're good.
Who are you, Mr. Greg Cruz, and how do you fit into this world?
Well, you know, music has been a big part of my life, and I've also joined the Navy to get out. I went to Nashville to record with a country singer, although it didn't get follow through in the production, but it was a wonderful experience.
Wow.
And that was another inspiration for country music.
Yes. That's a good one. So, wait.
So that's how I fit in, is that I went from to where I am at right now, which is I love story songs. Country music has story songs, you know, and you don't have to be a virtuoso, although I like to add a little bit extra. I throw lead guitar fills in with my chord progression, so it's a little bit tougher, but it's extra, and I love doing it.
I think maybe we're going to see a lot of that today. Really looking forward to hearing you on Radio Venice. I went through, and if you haven't, go back to the very first episode that he plays in Radio Venice, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. Music. What was your first concert that you went to?
Oh, you know, that was Earth, Wind & Fire, and it was so beautiful. They did a song called That's the Way of the World, and it was one of my favorites, still is one of my favorites. And the first slow dance I ever had with it was to that song. I fell in love with the girls, but she was from a different city. But I always remembered her and the song, and to this day, I think about that. My first love was to that song, although it was unrequited. But it's all right. It's inspirational.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love inspiration. Well, what was your first, oh, never mind. What was your first album that you purchased? Or
Oh,
wrote?
that was Chicago Transit Authority.
Is that the one with the big C on it?
Yes.
It's like an orangey color and a beige background.
That's right. It was the first one with a lot of their big hits, Beginnings, and Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is?
Does anybody really know what time it is? That's perfect for today's world.
Oh, it is. It sure is. Sure is.
Very cool, very cool. Can you share with us one of your most earliest childhood memories?
Yes, I can. I was 3 years old, and on the top of our refrigerator, we had a radio that we played music, and I couldn't reach it, but the first song I heard was Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny. And so that was one of the first conscious memories that I remember was the song, wah, 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 wah. And I just looked up through the whole song, stared at it, and that became the soundtrack in my heart, in my mind, in my life. Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny.
Wow, at 3 years old?
3 years old.
And you remember that?
Right.
That was very impressive.
Right. Look, I was born in 56. It came out in 59. I did all the research, all the Googling. So I said, I must have been 3 years old, when that happened.
That's inspiration. So when you say you were born for music,
yes,
you were born for music.
I believe so.
I mean, I don't remember anything when I was 3 years old unless it's a picture that I've seen that my mom showed me. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
You were an inspiration for music for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Are you ready for maybe something a little more deep?
Absolutely.
Are you ready? Okay. What do you know to be absolutely 100% to be true in this world?
We only have this moment. We don't have the past. We don't have the future. We have now. So let's inspire ourselves from the moment. I know that for a fact.
That is beautiful. Very beautiful. Yes, inspiration is important. Passions, here we are.
Yes.
2021. Passion put forward.
Still here among the whatever's going on in this world,
Yes. Do you have any tattoos?
I don't.
Really? Are you going to get one?
No.
Really?
No.
Why not?
Because I haven't been inspired enough to find one. If it would be, I think it would be maybe a picture of my mom.
Oh.
She's my big inspiration.
I would guess that. Well, that question was coming up. I had to move it down the road. What are the happiest lyrics or songs that you've ever written?
Let me see. This is a song I wrote called 60's the New 30. And it goes, I ain't over the hill. I ain't ready for no rocking chair. And I can still pay all the bills. Still got all of my long brown hair. So, and that's basically the start of it. That's, it's all about 60 being the new 30. So go ahead and be young, go ahead and enjoy life, in your younger self.
Oh, I love that. You have to take that moment. Can you sing it again, Paul?
I ain't over the hill. I ain't ready for a rocking chair. And I can still pay all the bills. Still got all of my long brown hair. And I'm looking for a new young girlfriend, because I'm an old fella feeling fine. 60's a new 30, and my baby's 29. And that's actually the one I wrote for Willie Nelson. The other one was one of the first songs I wrote, and I considered maybe sending both of them, but that's the one too that I also wrote for.
So you write a lot of country music.
I do. I like to write. I got a few songs I've written.
Do you have what are the saddest lyrics or songs that you've ever written?
Oh, love is not a song. It's being right, pretending that you're wrong. It's not honesty or what a fool believes. How can I explain the reason I'm in pain? The reasons I complain about love.
Wow.
That's a sad song to me.
I so understand that. I mean, everybody wants love. Everybody wants to be loved. And everybody also can, say complain about love is not necessarily true, but yeah, like it hurts, so you complain about it. Wow.
Well, you know, friendship, love is as close as you can get. And you know what? At the most basic common denominator, we are human beings. That we should love each other as human beings without even thinking past that. You know, the
Yes.
beauty of you is that you're here with me right now. And even if that's all it is, it's still a beautiful time. You know what I'm saying? Still
Yes.
a beautiful.
I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
It's an honor and a
I'm
pleasure.
so honored. Wait, I have more questions.
Okay.
Should we end it and restart it and see if the sound works?
It's up to you. You're the boss. You're the boss.
All right. Well, I'm going to do that then. We're going to come back to you in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned, Mr. Gregory Cruz. Greg Cruz, Venice Street Legends. Sing the singing again.
Love is not a song, it's being right. Pretending that you're wrong is not honesty, or what a fool believes. How can I explain the reasons I complain about love?
Beautiful. Bye, y'all. We'll see you in a few minutes.